Yeah, Donizzi TV is in your ear, so pay close attention. Relax, let me ease your mind. Sit back and recline, enjoy this ride. I'm about to get deep. You're now tuned in to Donizzi TV. Donizzi TV. For years, it has been a constant debate on whether who killed Malcolm X. Then there was a movie just released maybe a year or 2 years ago on that premises, Who Killed Malcolm X, on Netflix. And then it focused on the Muslim mosque in New Jersey, a certain mosque. I don't know which city in New Jersey, but it focused on a certain mosque in New Jersey for them committing the assassination of Malcolm X. But before that, it's always been explained, even through Malcolm X himself. If you listen to some of his old speeches, or one in particular, he says that he knows what the Nation of Islam can do and what the Nation of Islam can't do. So he knew that certain situations when he would be out the country in Egypt or wherever country he was in, he was followed by CIA or FBI agents just watching them and taking information and detail on them. He's seen that worldwide. So he knew that the Nation of Islam didn't have the capability to do all the espionage that was going on. So he had to tone down the rhetoric about it was just the Nation of Islam right before his death, man. Right before his death. And then it's so ironic that this movie Judas and the Black Messiah comes out and everybody's back on this black conscious tip, and everybody's back on the FBI COINTELPRO, and then this mysterious letter that was made by a NYPD former officer, how he infiltrated Malcolm X and how they had a hand in his assassination. And if you don't believe me, check out this video.
3 daughters of Malcolm X joined civil rights attorney Ben Crump today to reveal what they say is evidence proving the NYPD and the FBI conspired to have him assassinated. The civil rights activist and prominent figure in the Nation of Islam was killed at the Audubon Ballroom in February 1965. 3 men were convicted, but over the years, there have been conspiracy theories about whether someone else was responsible. Well, today, the cousin of a now-deceased police officer says that in a deathbed declaration letter, Officer Ray Wood claimed his job was to infiltrate civil rights organizations and encourage leaders and members to commit felonies. He also claimed he was ordered to have Malcolm X's security detail arrested days before his assassination. Now, attorney Ben Crump is calling on the Manhattan DA to take action.
The question is, will they act to finally give restorative justice?
Any evidence that provides greater insight into the truth behind that terrible tragedy should be thoroughly investigated.
Now, I'm about to read this letter from Raymond A. Wood. This was signed January 25th, 2011. To whom it may concern, I, Raymond A. Wood, being of sound mind and body, wish to confess the following. I was a black New York City undercover police officer from April 1964 through May of 1971. I participated in actions that in hindsight were deplorable and detrimental in the advancement of my own people. My actions on behalf of New York City Police Department, BOSSI, were done under duress and fear that if I did not follow the orders of my handlers, I could face detrimental consequences. Presently, I am aging with failing health. Recently, I have learned of the death of Mr. Thomas Johnson and are deeply concerned that with my death, his family will not be able to exonerate him after being wrongly convicted in the killing of Malcolm X. The facts are as follows. This is him speaking. April 17th, 1964. I was hired by the New York City Police Department. Without training, I was immediately assigned to BOSSI, BOSSI Investigation Unit. My job was to infiltrate civil rights organizations throughout New York City to find evidence of criminal activity so that the FBI could discredit and arrest its leaders. After witnessing repeatedly brutality at the hands of my co-workers, the police in parentheses, I tried to resign. Instead, I was threatened with arrest by pinning marijuana and alcohol trafficking charges on me if I did not follow through with the assignments. Under the direction of my handlers, I was told to encourage leaders and members of civil rights groups to commit felonious acts. The Statue of Liberty bombing idea was created by my supervisor handler. Using surveillance, the agency learned that Bowie and Said were key players in Malcolm X crowd control security detail. It was my assignment to draw the two men into felonious federal crimes so they could be arrested by the FBI and kept away from managing Malcolm X's Autoball door security on February 21, 1965. On February 16, 1965, the Statue of Liberty plot was carried out, and the men were arrested just days before the assassination of Malcolm X. At the time, I was not aware that Malcolm X was the target. Yeah, right. On February 21, 1965, I was ordered to be at the Autoball ballroom, where I was identified by a witness while leaving the scene. Thomas Johnson was later arrested and wrongly convicted to protect my cover and the secrets of the FBI and the NYPD. I have placed my full confession into care of my cousin Reginald Wood Jr. I requested that this letter be held until I have passed away. It is my hope that this information received with the understanding that I have carried these secrets with a heavy heart and remorseful regret by participating in this matter. Signed, Raymond A. Woods. Wow. All these years, we knew it was more than just a Nation of Islam and Malcolm X beef. We knew it, that the FBI, the CIA, and NYPD had a hand in the assassination of Malcolm X, but we just never had the concrete proof. Now we have a NYPD officer explaining his role into discrediting and causing mischief in these black organizations. Wow, man, very powerful. I hope they get down to the nitty-gritty of this, and then some arrests will be made, and the true assassins be responsible for Malcolm X assassination. Subscribe, like, comment to Don Easy TV. Yeah.